The episode begins with the same man returning, only to see Mahito arrive and collapse behind him, severely injured. Seizing the moment, the man moves to kill her, saying he'll free her from suffering, but Mahito stops him, warning him not to. Act on his own or he'll kill him. The man replies he was just trying to be good, something curses can't seem to understand. After a pause, the man steps aside and asks if they got the items. Mahito says he easily retrieved all 6 fingers, from Jujutsu Tech, plus another cursed object and all 3 death paintings. Geto explains most temples at Jujutsu Tech are decoys. Only one door leads to the actual storehouse, and its location changes daily. Only Master Tengen knows the correct door. Jogo asks about Tengen, and Geto says he's an immortal sorcerer, but ages and doesn't interfere much beyond maintaining barriers. They placed a seal on one of the fingers, making it traceable via Mahito's cursed energy. The storehouse is lightly guarded. Geto instructs them to eliminate the school's sorcerers, quickly before attacking. When asked why they don't trap Gojo in the veil, Geto says they want Gojo distracted, not trapped, to test the veil and give Mahito time. Nami asks if she can kill everyone but Sukuna's vessel. Geto warns against it, suggesting someone might act as a landmine for Sukuna. They decide to delay action until October 31st in Shibuya. Back in the present, Mahito helps Nami up, who jokes suppressing murderous urges is stressful. Mahito smiles, saying she's starting to sound like a curse. The episode begins with a man on the phone saying the automatic door was open when suddenly a curse appears behind him and kills him. Then Akari Nita reports that 3 people, Kaneda, Morishita, and Hiroshi Yamamoto, died similarly in June, August, and September in Yokohama and Nagoya. All 3 complained about their apartment doors opening on their own, but no one else noticed. Ino wonders if these were really killed by the same spirit despite different locations. Akari says residuals are too faint to confirm, but they found a common link. These victims all attended the same middle school 2 years ago. Nobara concludes they must have encountered the same curse back then. They attend a funeral and confirm another classmate has also died. At the middle school, a staff member allows them in, and Nobara says they'll beat the answers out of the delinquents. Yuji just stares at them and they get scared. Nobara presses Megumi about his past and is surprised when one student reveals every gang member in middle school was beaten by him. Later, Mr. Takeda, a longtime employee, confirms that all 4 victims once got in trouble for sneaking off to Yasuhachi Bridge, known for suicides and hauntings. He recalls how they were found unconscious below the bridge with no memory. Megumi says he's patrolled that area before, but found nothing. They meet Fujinuma, a girl Megumi once knew, who says her home's automatic door has been opening too, and she visited the bridge years ago. Suspecting the bridge is connected, they decide to investigate further, only to encounter a domain formation and the appearance of a special grade curse summoned by Mahito. The episode begins with Megumi dodging attacks from a cursed spirit named Yu, then swiftly retaliating with a kick and launching multiple attacks. Yu tries to counter by splashing acidic blood, which forces Megumi to jump back. Megumi leaps and counters again, noticing the blood is corrosive. Meanwhile, Nobara is fighting other curses and slicing through them with her hammer, while Megumi cuts down multiple curses with his sword. Nobara compares it to a whack-a-mole game, and Megumi agrees. They just need to keep exterminating them. Nobara realizes the main body can't fight back due to covering a large area with its technique. Megumi suspects the main body is weakened from maintaining such a wide curse range and victim count. Suddenly, Nobara is dragged out by Iso, who tells her they're not here to kill sorcerers unless necessary. She challenges him and he says their mission is to retrieve Sukuna's finger. Meanwhile, Megumi finishes the last of the curses and notices the real body is still alive. He realizes the domain hasn't collapsed and suspects something strange. He recalls that the killings only started after June when Sukuna's finger was absorbed and his cursed energy leaked. Then he is attacked by a powerful curse and barely survives using his divine dog. A flashback shows Gojo telling Megumi he has great potential but needs to learn how to give his best. Returning to the present, Megumi, badly injured, unleashes a domain expansion, Chimera Shadow Garden. He fights fiercely, extracts Sukuna's finger, and collapses. Sukuna smiles, impressed. The episode ends with Yuji confronting Iso and Nobara scolding Yuji for smelling bad. The episode begins with Yuji watching as blood from Eso touches the rocks, and Nobara warns him not to let that blood into his system. Yuji acknowledges her, but she struggles to dodge Eso's attacks. Eso tells them to run away, showing their backs, and they try to escape, but Nobara is hit and Yuji carries her to safety. She insists she can manage, but Yuji speeds off at full force, impressing her. Suddenly, Kichizu appears and splashes Yuji with blood, then Eso blindsides Nobara with an attack to her eye. Eso explains their blood will corrode from within unless the technique is broken. They activate their technique, Supreme Rot Technique, forming flower patterns on their bodies. Eso gives Yuji 15 minutes, Nobara only 10. Yuji deduces they need to force the brothers to undo the technique. Kichizu explains their blood enters through cuts, and the activated technique starts rotting them from inside. Then, a flashback reveals the tragic origin of the death paintings, children born from a cursed human experiment in the Meiji era. Back in battle, Nobara grins and uses her straw doll technique, resonance, damaging the brothers by targeting them through the shared blood. She forces them into a standoff. Yuji fights Kichizu while Nobara repeatedly attacks through resonance. Eventually, the combined attacks overwhelm the brothers. Yuji delivers the final blow to Kichizu, and Nobara finishes Iso. Kichizu cries before dying, and the brothers are finally defeated. Meanwhile, Mahito learns of their deaths and smirks. The episode ends with Yuji, Megumi, and Nobara returning, with Gojo impressed at their growth.